I'm Andrea Fryrear, President and Lead Trainer of AgileSherpas, and this is another Agile Marketing Minute, brought to you from the summits of beautiful Boulder County, Colorado. Today, we're going to be talking about why you need one backlog to rule them all. So, what really belongs in an Agile marketing team's backlog? Should it be everything, literally everything that a team is working on? Or is there some value in splitting out strategic work from recurring business as usual type work? Today, we'll be discussing the power and potential of the unified backlog. Before we talk about why you only need one backlog, let's talk about why we have backlogs in general. The first reason is transparency and visibility. A backlog allows people inside and outside of an Agile marketing team to see what the team is working on and what they'll be working on next. If we have split backlogs, it becomes impossible for anyone to know whether the team will be working backlog A or backlog B for the next iteration. Backlogs also help us to have those difficult prioritization conversations. They need to be stack ranked, right? You can only have one top priority in a backlog. And so stakeholders and leaders have to have those difficult conversations to decide what really goes at the top of a backlog. Backlogs also ensure that the team is doing the most important, highest value work at any given time. If something makes it to the top of the backlog, it's a top priority, it's high value, and that team knows that it should be working on that project next, and they can do so with confidence. And finally, backlogs help Agile teams plan effectively. By having a clear insight into ranked priorities, the team can see everything that they could be doing in an upcoming iteration or sprint, which makes it much easier for them to decide what they should and will commit to doing. So now we understand backlogs more generally. It's pretty clear why you only need one. If you have multiple, it becomes very difficult for teams and individuals to decide what they should be doing from day to day. Should they grab their next piece of work from backlog A or from backlog B? Or maybe from the running list of email requests and to-dos that they have documented nowhere but in their head? And who decides? Who is the ultimate decision maker in terms of what the team or an individual will be doing? It becomes much more difficult and necessitates far more conversations instead of having the single view and everyone confidently proceeding with their work from day to day. Having split backlogs also harms the visibility and transparency that we get from a unified backlog. If I'm outside of the team and there are two documented backlogs, how will I know what the team is going to be pulling their work from next? And finally, split backlogs make it much more difficult for a team to plan a sprint or an iteration. They don't know, should they pull half of their work from strategic backlog and half of their work from business as usual, or should the proportions be different? They lose their autonomy when we have these kinds of split priorities. So, pretty clear why we need one backlog to rule them all. That goes for Agile teams as well as individual contributors. One of many reasons why an Agile team member should be a member of only one Agile team. Thanks for joining me today. You can find more resources on AgileSherpas.com, and remember, keep climbing.